Thank you for pressing play. Your presence here brings joy to my heart. Welcome to another exciting video, where we'll be shedding light on Off the Ground. Off the Ground is the ninth solo studio album by Paul McCartney, released on 1 February 1993. As his first studio album of the years, it is also the follow-up to the well-received Flowers in the Dirt 1989. In this section, we'll be exploring recording and structure. After planning another world tour, the New World Tour, in 1993, to promote the album, McCartney chose to record Off the Ground with his touring band. Blair Cunningham joined on drums to replace Chris Whitten, who left to join Dire Straits. McCartney decided to record the album live in the studio, meaning that the band would rehearse an entire song then record it in one take, instead of recording each vocal track and instrumental track separately. This approach gave a raw, direct feel to the work. The compositions, some of which were outtakes from Flowers in the Dirt, seemed less complex than those on the earlier album. Mistress and Maid and The Lovers That Never Were, which emerged from McCartney's songwriting collaboration with Elvis Costello, made their appearance on this album. Costello, who had performed on Flowers in the Dirt, did not appear on Off the Ground. The first two songs taped were Biker Like an Icon and Peace in the Neighborhood, both derived from some album rehearsals in November 1991. McCartney's increased interest in social issues came to prominence on this album, with the anti-animal cruelty rocker looking for changes. McCartney and his wife Linda, both being long-time vegetarians by this time and peons for a better world, Hope of Deliverance and Come On People. The B-side Big Boys Bickering lambasted politicians, with the phrase Big Boys Bickering, fucking it up for everyone, showing a more aggressive side of McCartney and rare use of a swear word in the song. Another notable B-side is Long Leather Coat, a protest song co-written by Linda McCartney. The CD's hidden track, a short excerpt of Cosmically Conscious, was written by McCartney in 1968 during the Beatles' stay in Rishich. A full-length version of the recording was released as the B-side of the Off the Ground single and later included on Off the Ground, The Complete Works. The feet on the album cover are of McCartney, his wife Linda, and his touring band. In this chapter, we'll be unraveling the enigma of release and reception and discovering its transformative power. The lead single, Hope of Deliverance, was released in the last week of December 1992, and the album followed on 2 February 1993. Off the Ground was the first Paul McCartney album to contain no sizable US hit singles since Wings Wildlife in 1971. The album's first single barely reached the top 20, hitting number 18 in the UK, where Come On People became a minor hit as well. In the US, the album's title track also entered the adult contemporary chart at number 27. Singles from Off the Ground floundered on the US and the UK charts. However, Hope of Deliverance achieved commercial success elsewhere. It became McCartney's first international hit single since Say with Michael Jackson in 1983, cracking the top 5 on the charts in over 5 European territories except his homeland and selling over 250,000 copies in Germany alone. In the United Kingdom, the album itself debuted at number 5 and quickly fell off the chart, spending only 6 weeks inside the top 100. In the United States, it peaked at the number 17 on the Billboard 200 with the first week sales of only 53,000 copies, managing to receive gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. Although it met with mixed reviews from critics and suffered from lackluster sales in the UK and North America, the album fared better in other key markets such as Spain. In Japan, it surpassed its predecessor Flowers in the Dirt in cumulative sales. In Germany, Off the Ground has been McCartney's best-selling album, spending 20 weeks on the top 10 and eventually achieving platinum for shipments of over 500,000 copies. Some weeks after its release, McCartney launched the New World Tour, taking in many successful shows across the globe during the summer months. These gigs were documented on the album Paul Is Live, which followed at the end of 1993. In this chapter, we'll be unraveling the enigma of Off the Ground, the complete works, and discovering its transformative power. Off the Ground, the complete works is a 2-disc set released in Germany and the Netherlands. The first disc contains the original Off the Ground album, with the second collecting various B-sides and 2 previously unreleased tracks from his 1991 MTV Unplugged concert, Things We Said Today and Midnight Special, which were later released as B-sides to the single Biker Like an Icon. Despite the title, the set is missing 2 B-sides, 3 promo remixes, 1 promo B-side, and 1 international single mix, Deliverance and Deliverance dub mix, dance-oriented reworkings by Steve Anderson of the song Hope of Deliverance, released as B-sides of the Come On People CD single No. 1. The 3 promo remixes of Off the Ground released to American radio, namely the Bob Clearmountain remix, the Keith Cohen remix, and the Keith Cohen AC remix, the MTV Unplugged outtake Mean Woman Blues, which was a B-side of the Biker Like an Icon promo CD single, and the single mix of Off the Ground contained on the EU and Japanese CD singles. Off the Ground, the complete works has not been reissued and is now out of print and not legally for sale as a digital download. As we move forward, let's uncover the untold stories and fascinating intricacies of personnel.
Paul McCartney vocals, bass guitar, piano, mellotron, Celesta, Wurlitzer electric piano, electric guitars, acoustic guitars, Spanish guitar, ocarina, percussion, sitar, drums, Linda McCartney vocals, alto harp, Celesta, harmonium, minimoo, keyboards, percussion, whistle, Hamish Stewart vocals, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, 12-string guitar, bass guitar, percussion, piano, Robbie McIntosh electric guitars, acoustic guitars, Spanish guitar, slide guitar, mandolin, backing vocals, Paul Wickens keyboards, piano, Hammond organ, clavinet, synthesizer, accordion, Lindrum, drum programming, percussion, backing vocals, Blair Cunningham drums, congas, percussion, backing vocals.
In the following section, we'll be immersing ourselves in the captivating world of weekly charts. Chart 1993 position Australian ARIA albums, Chart 8 Austrian albums, Chart 4 Canadian RPM albums, Chart 22 Dutch Mega albums, Chart 5 European albums, Chart 2 German Media Control albums, Chart site Web Archive Belter Turbichiva Wörter Paul official charts. The album as artist Paul McCartney to the Father Grammatica account Rider L status deed archive date July title album search Paul McCartney Off the Ground language publisher media control formatus exist date October Hungarian albums, Chart 21 Japanese Oricon weekly albums, Chart 5 New Zealand albums, Chart 4 Norwegian albums, Chart 2 Spanish albums, Chart 3 Swedish albums, Chart 10 Swiss albums, Chart 5 UK albums, Chart 5 United States Billboard 217. Weekly chart performance for Off the Ground. Let's now enter the realm of year-end charts and discover the fascinating stories it has to tell. Chart 1993 position Austrian albums, Chart site Webelter Austrian charts at Albumus Titel Austrian charts Jerish Parade 1982 publisher Hung Median access date August Japanese albums, Chart 192 Spanish albums, Chart 21. Year-end chart performance for Off the Ground. Your feedback helps me improve, so please take a moment to leave a comment or review.